Om. Gayatri Mahamantra with your back straight. Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwara Guru Deva Sakshat Parbrahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. अखंड मंडलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः. ओम श्री गुरुवे नमः. व्यासरूपेण आवाहयामि स्थापयामि ध्यायामि पूजयामि ततो नमस्कारं करोमि. Shrimed Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 10, verse number 10, and today is also 10th. Coincidence? Yes, could be termed as a coincidence. The verse that we embark today has an esoteric meaning. One word, one particular word in this particular verse is the main rider, and the word is buddhi yogam. Let's go down to the verse directly and then try to connect with it through our interpretation. Here is the verse before you. Tesham satat yukta nam. I hope you can very well connect with that. Tesham satat yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. Those that are continuously absorbed, propitiating, remembering with all love at heart. Whom? The Almighty. To them I bestow, dadami buddhi yogam, to them I bestow the buddhi yoga, and then they come to me. That is what the verse wants to convey. Now, here in this particular verse, there is a big mention of something that has to be understood. And the mention is, let's go down to again, and the mention is those who continuously are absorbed into me. Does it mean that it is mentioned over here about those who are continuously into tapasya or holding a mala, doing the japa, or are chanting some mantras, chanting the name of the Lord, Sri Ram, Prabhu Ram, or only singing hymns in the glory of the Lord? Does it mean that being absorbed into it continuously at all times? Does it mean that one who has no other business except sitting before the idol and just worshipping it by every passing minute? Does it mean that? And with love at heart. With love at heart, not under any compulsion, not under the spell of fear, but with love at heart. Yes, but we have to understand it in a larger context. Here it wants to convey that in any situation, whatsoever it may be, in any context, one that holds one's evolution as the ultimate priority, one that holds one's own inner growth as the ultimate priority. Because the last line, the second line says, Yen mam upayantite, they come to me. And going to the Lord does not mean that Lord has got some sort of an astral plane where we will go. Going to the Lord means liberation. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, bailing out of this entrapment forever, seeking emancipation, moksha. That is going back to the Lord. So, when the priority is inner growth, when the priority is inner evolution, in any situation, in any state, whether one is in the state as a householder, as a professional businessman, as someone who is into the society working in some capacity with relationships, or as a citizen of any country, whatever capacity one is acting, the priority held closest to the heart, or the main core perspective held core at the heart, the prism held close to the heart through which everything else is sighted, that is inner growth, inner evolution. And that is the only rider for ascertaining any other priority corresponding to any other state or subject of life. If it is business, one wants to make money, no doubt, as much as one can, but without compromising the inner growth, the opportunity of inner growth, without compromising on the count that one is losing one's stand, one's edge, one's right to evolve within, and making compromise instead of karmic bondage, earning so much of bad name, so much of worry for no concern, so much of instability within, disharmonized, totally shattered within, and merely thriving to make money and nothing else. Making money on a price, on a cost, where everything else is lost, the entire harmony is lost. That has not to be done. The main core objective here that has to be understood is satata yuktanam, continuously absorbed into me. Absorbed into me means I am their priority. Inner growth is their priority. Inner evolution is their priority. Those who are not prepared to compromise onto that for any gain, they get the right. They are bestowed with buddhi yogam. Buddhi yoga means this intellect then morphs, then transforms into a larger entity, a larger stature, where it is able to cite the most perspicacious facts. The esoteric understanding then unravels before them, which generally eludes the common man's notice, then starts appearing before them. That is buddhi yogam. Ordinarily, the buddhi, the intellect, is only involved into logical interpretation, cooking stories, providing some or the other reason for as a substantive reason for doing something, whether good or bad. That is the general deployment of the buddhi. But here the term yoga has been enjoined, which means that now buddhi has undergone a transformation. It is now open to a larger sky, trying to comprehend those subtle subjects which otherwise were not, or rather, they were beyond its ambit, beyond its capacity to understand, now are being unraveled and very well understood by the intellect. That is buddhi yoga. It's only when buddhi yogam transpires, a seeker is able to comprehend the most esoteric subjects of this planet and life. It's only then when one starts furthering and approximating towards liberation. Before that, only the petty affairs of life, they holds enough significance. One shall always prioritize the petty affairs and sell the inner growth at any bargain, compromise at any bargain, because inner growth or inner evolution or furtherance towards liberation holds no importance to such a common person. It's only to those chosen few, satat yuktanam, absolutely absorbed continuously, whatever state they are into, whether they are in a dialogue with someone, dialogue within themselves, trying to make up their mind, prepare some sort of a decision, making a stand, taking a stand, whatever. Their priority is without compromising our inner evolution, inner growth, we shall continue to thrive and struggle in the life to do and achieve whatever is possible. But ensure at all times that we do not compromise our inner growth. They are the ones who are absorbed into the Lord every passing minute. They are the ones who are, in true sense, absorbed in singing the glory of the Lord every passing minute. They are the ones who, with love at heart, are truly worshipping the Lord and not bargaining for the sake of fear or any greed. So, buddhi yogam, they are bestowed with enjoyment of their intellect to understand and comprehend the subtle subjects, esoteric subjects. And they are the ones who seek, who become eligible and they claim their liberation. Tam yen mam upayanti te. They go to it. They come to me. Come to me means liberation. They are the ones. This fact has to be understood so that whenever and whatever priority discernment is done, one does not compromise for any cost, at any price, one's own salvation, one's own inner growth, one's own inner evolution is not compromised for anything. At times, whatever we see around comes to us as a compulsion, maybe in the form of a hidden enviousness, a competitiveness, a comparison. We find people tramping others' rights. We see people succeeding through various opportunistic moves, manipulations. We see them succeeding before us. And we, though being deserving and rightful claimants of those higher statures, we are bereft of them. Yes, the pain is felt at heart. Enough pain is felt at heart. And then one questions one's own sincerity. Why am I sincere? What am I gathering out of my sincerity? Losing? Becoming a loser? I'm bargaining sincerity for to become a loser. Those are the moments when one has to hold with all sanctity the utmost priority of life, that is one's own inner growth, evolution, final objective, the plunge towards liberation. And say to oneself, I shall continue to thrive, struggle to achieve my part of success on this mortal plane. I would certainly like to achieve on worldly counts, but without a compromise on my ultimate priority of inner growth, inner evolution. At no price I am going to bargain it. For no reason I am going to yield before the kind of allurements that are coming and questioning me about my integrity and my dignity more than integrity. More than integrity, dignity. No, I would not sell at any price my dignity and my eligibility to be the rightful claimant where I seek final liberation and through inner growth. That is the question which is posed by this particular verse. I seek buddhi yogam. I don't seek buddhi manipulation. Buddhi manipulation is at the surface. I need buddhi yogam. I want my understanding to expand and to be able to comprehend those subtle truths of this entire creation, which generally any manipulative insight, intellect at surface shall never ever be able to even touch even the letter A of the alphabets. So therefore, without making compromise, while taking any decision, I will give priority to my own evolution first. And then, in the light of that particular rider, I shall then take all other decisions corresponding to different subjects of my life. This is what the verse wants to convey. Buddhi yogam, when my intellect will transform into a higher plane where all that is fallacy, all that is untruth, all that is maya, it will start falling apart. I will disassociate, regulate my desire, regulate my ambitions, disallowing them to ride upon my understanding, my wisdom. In other words, this particular verse is talking about Gayatri Maha Mantra, Dhiyo Yonah Prachodaya. Oh, the light of wisdom, come, ride my understanding. Don't leave it unto me. Steer me through the arduous journey of this life. Because every passing moment, I am vulnerable to various infringements that want to come and thwart me, my efforts, my sincerity. You hold me tight, Diyo Yonah Prachodayat, and transform my understanding, disallowing it to go towards promiscuity, take it towards higher realms of nobleness, of nobility. Come, take me, Diyo Yonah Prachodayat. This is the message of this particular verse. More to come in the next class. That was for the today. ओम ही सत्य है, ओम ही सत्य है, ओम ही सत्य है.